Hey everybody, Zach Spurl here from the Counseling Center at Tennessee Tech. I know that most of you watching this are currently in quarantine, um, and so you're in a difficult spot. You're cut off from the people that you know and love. You're spending a lot of time alone. And you're also cut off from the normal patterns of everyday life. And so for all of those reasons, life right now feels pretty difficult. And so I wanted to jump on here and make this video to talk a little bit about what I am learning to help myself and other people deal with the difficulty of experiences like quarantine during COVID. There's a researcher named Shawn Achor who studies at Harvard, and he studies particularly the science of happiness. And what he's taught us is that we can predict somebody's long-term happiness based on their internal and external experiences. And so the external experiences are the things happening to us, the fact that you are in quarantine right now, have or around someone with COVID. The internal experiences, how you choose to think and believe and internally act about your life and experiences. And what he's come to find out is that we can predict somebody's long-term happiness only up to 10% based on their external experiences and up to 90% based on their internal experience. The way that we talk about that neurologically is we say, where the attention goes, energy flows. And we're speaking about the brain and how it works there. So what we know is that our brain, when we continue to pay attention to certain things or think in particular patterns, our brain gets even better at thinking about those things and thinking in those patterns. And when we stop thinking about certain things and stop thinking in particular patterns, our brain gets worse at thinking about those things and thinking in those patterns. I like to think of it like a river or like a water system. And so when I think in a particular pattern, my brain sends more water down that river, which makes the river stronger and wider, and my brain gets even better at that river of thinking. And when I stop thinking in a pattern, my brain sort of stops sending water there, that river starts to dry up, turns into a little creek bed, and maybe eventually is completely dry. And that's just a metaphor to talk about where we put our attention matters. Our brain gets better or worse at thinking in particular ways based on how we choose to think internally. And so what this researcher has found is that there are some simple things that we can do every day to increase our own happiness. And they all have to do with directing our internal attention and awareness toward particular things. And so what I want to do right now is just sort of walk you through what he describes as kind of like a morning routine. And you could do this in about 5 to 8 minutes. And he basically has said that this has proven to increase the happiness in everybody that tries this for 21 days in a row. And since you're going to be spending some time alone, you might as well jump on board. The first thing he talks about is thinking at the beginning of your day or at the end of the day of 3 acts of gratitude. So he says, spend about 2 minutes a day writing down 3 new things that you are grateful for. And what this does is over time causes our brain to start scanning the world around us and our daily experiences for positive things rather than negative things. And so over time, your brain gets used to the practice of looking around your day for positive things so that you end up seeing even more positive things. The next thing he asks us to do is journal for 2 minutes about one of those positive experiences. And what this does is cause our brain to actually relive that experience and embed it even more into our neural circuitry. And so you almost have this reliving experience of that positive thing, which just makes it more a part of your life and brain. The next thing he says is exercise, which I know some of you are like, please, not what I want to do right now. But the good news is that he only asks us to do 15 minutes of some type of cardio a day, and that this is incredible for our mental health. The fourth one, there's only 5. The fourth one is to stop and breathe for 2 minutes. or to do any kind of mindfulness meditation exercise. What this does is gives our brain presence and awareness. And so that instead of trying to manage 100 things at one time, our brain can focus and attend to what is happening now, so that we have the space to pay attention to what we want, which he's guiding us to pay attention toward grateful and positive experiences. The last one is to express our kindness or gratitude to somebody in our social network. And so what he asks us you to take 2 minutes to send a text or an email or something physical in form to somebody in your social network, expressing gratefulness, thankfulness, something positive to them. So maybe a letter to your grandma, or a text to your friend saying thanks for dropping off the food, or something of reaching out from these positive experiences that you're accumulating and letting somebody know that you're thankful for them and grateful for them. And Dr. Acker says that if we do these 5 steps for just a couple minutes a day for 21 days in a row, it is guaranteed to improve our happiness. And I would say that right now might be the best time of your life to jump onto something like a morning or evening routine when you have the time and space. So if you have any more questions about this, you can email me at zachary.spurl@gmail.com. I'd love to chat with you about it. And I hope that you can find this helpful while you're going through this difficult time.